What is fun? For some people, it's about the combos, getting out as many monsters and activating as many cards as you can in one turn. For other people, it's about the control. They'll set 5 cards and pass, but then they'll start to play on your turn instead, activating cards at critical moments to slowly drain your opponent's resources until they have nothing left, and then they go in for the kill. But something I think most people will agree isn't very fun is simply sitting on a towers and passing, hoping for the best. Incidentally, this week we're playing Marincess. Marincess do one thing and one thing only. They spam out water monsters in order to link line up to their Link 4 boss monster, who has 4400 attack and is unaffected by card effects. There's one problem though, the monster only has that protection if they have their field spell up. This means that if your opponent has a monster with more than 4500 attack, or if they just have Mystical Space Typhoon, your whole deck falls apart. They just don't really have any payoff despite really being able to spam their Link monsters. Now, losing to any back row removal doesn't sound particularly fun to me, so I decided to spice it up a little. Now you see, the Link 2 monster can revive water monsters with 1500 or less attack, and Swap Frog can send a level 2 or lower Aqua monster to the graveyard. Now I know what you're thinking, Toadally Awesome? Yeah, that can work, and I am putting it in there just so that there are some decent cards in this deck, but what I've got planned is much more interesting. Introducing Tiny Turtle Turbo. This beast of a monster stops anyone from summoning monsters with 1800 or more attack as soon as it's on the field, and it has the exact right stat line to be sent by Swap Frog and then revived by Coral Anemone. Using all the ways this deck has to get it into the graveyard and consistently reviving it, I've transformed Marincess from a deck that summons one boss monster and hopes for the best, into a deck that turbos out a tiny turtle and stops your opponent from playing. What's that? You're saying floodgates aren't very fun either? Sorry, I should have said so sooner. I'm making this more fun for the Marincess player, not for the opponent. Right, so I promised Tiny Turtle Turbo. That means that when I get Swap Frog, I'm not just going to send another frog to the graveyard like a sensible person. Instead, I promise to always send a tiny turtle. I'm committed. After summoning it, I just need to link my Marincess around a bit until I get a Coral Anemone, and then bring out the turtle. My opponent, not bothering to read the cards, tries to use Eternal Soul, but of course they can't summon a Dark Magician since it's too strong in attack. When they see the frogs coming out, they have no choice but to surrender. Things that are worse than a turtle? Dark Magician. Still not convinced about Tiny Turtle Turbo? Here's a hand where I can use it simply by using Signet Mining instead. I can just discard it and get other monsters instead. Truly, the turtle is versatile. My end was a turtle and a Marincess Wave set. That should be enough to deal with anything, right? My opponent is playing Melodious, which nobody ever plays, so I just negate something, hoping it's the right choice, and don't really bother reading things. I mean, who needs to read stuff when you have a tiny turtle? They have an Honest, but it's not really going to help them anyway, since my turtle has 0 attack. I get out some monsters, and since I can't summon a monster with 1500 attack either, I just make a blue slug, and then boost its attack! I'm going to pretend that this was intended synergy. It's actually a good deck, guys, I promise. Do a few more summons, destroy their monster, and then prove once again that turtles are better than anything else. This time I draw a hand that can't get me to the turtle straight away. It's tragic, but I'll have to actually do the Marincess combo properly this time. I guess it's about time to explain it. You want to start with Blue Tang or Pascalus as your normal summon, and then link them into a blue slug which will recycle something. You then use one of your many special summons to make the other link one, which will search Battle Ocean. Once you have that, you just need enough monsters to make 2 Link 2s. It doesn't matter what the first one is, but the other one has to be a Crystal Heart. When you link them both together to make a Wonder Heart, she'll equip monsters from the graveyard to gain the attack. Once you have this, the only thing that can beat you is back row removal or monsters with really high attack. It would be a shame if they had one of those.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay, so clearly the problem I had in my last game was actually having Marincess monsters in my hand. You wouldn't want that in a Marincess deck. Right, since I've link climbed into a Marincess Link 3 and I can't really do anything else, I suppose I'll talk about Marincess's one redeeming feature. When they have a link 3 or higher monster on the field, they can actually use their traps from the hand. One of them, Marincess Wave, is basically an infinite impermanence, but slightly better. Now since I'm never going to read Fire Fist monsters, I hope that just infinite impermanencing their one monster every turn will be enough. It's worked so far. Again, I just try and negate their first monster. Turns out it works. So sure, Marincess have one thing going for them. They can beat decks that lose to a single infinite impermanence. For this next game, I want you to place your bets. Who would win between a million huge machines or one tiny turtle? Why don't we find out? For my first turn, I make a fairly standard Marincess board, just relying on my towers to win. When I see that they start summoning loads of earth machines, I assume they're going to have something with higher attack than it. I kind of thought that was the entire thing was trains. Instead of doing anything smart, they get an ancient gear ballista, and target my monster that's unaffected by opponent's effects to try and reduce its attack to 0. Surprising no one, it does not work. They decide to destroy my back row, but not Battle Ocean, proving that they just refuse to read any of my cards. They then make a double-headed Anger Knuckle, a name which brings up some questions.
Double-headed Anger Knuckle!
Yeah, like he's angry.
This is why I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I play it for the cards like this. He's called
Well, he's
double-headed, but he only has one hand. So that's
What's
another...
this head, huh? Since I draw a Swap Frog on my next turn, I can't resist the urge to make a tiny turtle. After linking around a bit, I managed to destroy their board and keep the turtle on mine. For someone under a floodgate, they end up summoning a lot. But can they actually get anything that can defeat my turtle?
Nope.
Remember when I asked who would win between a turtle or loads of machines? Well, the real winner was my opponent's incompetence. It won the game for me. Now it wouldn't be Yu-Gi-Oh! Quick Play if you didn't have to play against terrible stall decks from time to time. We all know that those are no fun to watch, so instead we're going to play another fun game. It's called Count the Tokens. Are you ready? Scapegoat?
Scapegoat?
It's the one that makes tokens.
I know it, but it's a flip monster, so why would anyone use it?
Why would anyone use half the things people do?
Well, it is pretty cute.
Maybe they're just going to summon like Slifer the Sky Dragon now or something.
And they're ghosts! Look at their cute little ghosty faces.
Marathon! Good job it was in defense mode. Right, look. Advantage. We'll get there eventually. Unless this is another scapegoat and they get...
Please
it's
don't.
another scapegoat! Oh god.
Oh god!
Well, that's 4 more monsters.
Well, you know, we're only on turn 17. It's not like this has been a long duel or anything.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fine.
That is a lot of
I
scapegoats.
think I can just get rid of them all.
Oh, they sat it.
Is it our third scapegoat?
Is it the third scapegoat? Hopefully not. They are less than halfway through their deck, so statistically I'm gonna hope on the no. It's a shame you
This
can't...
might just be another enemy controller.
Not more enemies.
It is the scapegoat!
Scapegoats! That's too many scapegoats.
This is going to be the mirror for us.
The internet just said, get Legendary Ocean. So I stopped going on that.
I told you it! I've called it every card that they've set.
It happened! Howard.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you think the count ended just because I'm playing a completely different player? Nope, more scapegoats.
I hear
It's
it's
a
a
fucking
good emulator for
scapegoat.
beginners.
It actually is scapegoats.
I made that joke! I joked about how it should be scapegoats because it's funny, but I was
This
joking!
is the same
You weren't
person.
supposed to take me seriously.
Wow, they do have another Dragoon.
Wow, they even have the vert.
Yeah, it sure took them a long time to think of this combo line.
The Vaconda. Hey, they're gonna try and destroy it, and they can't.
Yeah,
That's gonna be really
and I read it and
funny.
it only destroys monsters, I think. Wait, that was a summoned skull.
What?
What are they doing?
What?
Okay, Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. He still doesn't have enough attack.
Special blah blah blah. Can't activate. Damage calculation.
Oh shit!
Oh shit,
Oh,
they're
shit.
gonna burn us to death. Hey, is that Avatar Griffith? No wonder they're doing so many horrible things.
Turns out Marincess are a water deck that manages to lose to burn. That's it for this week's video. What would you like to see in next week's video? Tell me in the comments. While you're there, give the video a like and hit the subscribe button. Happy dueling!